Hi, this is Shelley Kraft. We're coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the 5th Annual LD Micro Conference right here in lovely downtown Bel Air, California. I have with me Ross McElroy of Fission Energy Group, symbol FIS on the TSX venture. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. McElroy, how are you?
Very good, Shelley. Thank you.
It's good to have you. Let's get your vision on Fission.
Well, my vision on Fission is very optimistic. Obviously, we are a uranium exploration company, a global company, but we focus on the Athabasca Basin in Canada, which is a premier uranium district in the world. So we have 23 projects up in the basin and 2 significant discoveries. So that's what we're here to tell the story on.
You know, timing is everything, as we all know. Right now, uranium is hot again. It's never cool, but sometimes it's out of favor, as we all know in the investor community. What's going on currently in uranium that investors need to know?
Well, yeah, I agree with you. I think it is a hot commodity. The real build-out now is in the uranium sector is the building of nuclear reactors in the developing countries. Primarily China is the big player in it, but most of the Asian countries and India, I mean, there's some, and the Middle East for that matter, where I just came back from a road trip to the UAE, where 4 reactors are being built. So,
and that's an oil community.
That's the oil community. So the home of cheap oil is going nuclear.
You know, it stands to reason that uranium, which is a hard to find commodity around the world, would be something that, from a strategic standpoint, Canada really needs to mine. So you could be in the very right place at the very right time.
Yeah, well, you know, uranium is not a rare element. It's one of the more abundant elements in the crust. But the difference being in Canada, the deposits are superior to anywhere else. The grade is much higher. It's in the order of 15 to 20 times higher than other deposits elsewhere in the world. So Canada really is the premier district for uranium deposits.
What's the size of the find? Well,
we have several projects in the basin, but our flagship Waterbury Lake project, in fact, just this morning we put out a 43101 compliant resource update with 13 million pounds total, 10.8 million pounds of that in indicated and 2.7 in inferred.
That's very substantial. And could you explain how large that is in comparison to you know, the amount of uranium elsewhere in the world? I mean,
well, I think it's not so much the size. The size is very good and it's substantial, but what's different about where we are is the grade of the deposits. And so, the number one lesson you always want to think about in any deposit is grade is king. And because of the grade of our deposits, it has an indicated resource of 1.54% U3O8 compared to the world average of about 0.1% U3O8. So we're magnitudes order higher grade, and that's what is attractive. That's what makes deposits economic.
What's your background?
I am a geologist. I've been practicing in the field for over 25 years. I started off in the uranium sector. I worked with Cameco, Areva, and some of the major players. Spent 14 years with BHP. Came back to uranium in 2004, and that's where I'm at still. I love this sector.
And Ross, let me ask you a question. What does fission stand for?
Well, fission is a reaction in a nuclear power plant that generates the heat that runs the power. So that's fission.
And you supply the uranium for that to happen?
That's correct. We're in the uranium sector. That's what the fuel cycle is all about.
Now, for more information, I'd like you to go to the website, and the website information is?
It's fission-energy.com.
Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a publicly traded company. The symbols are FIS on the TSX venture, FSSIF like in Frank on the OTC. This is Mr. Ross McElroy. Fission Energy Group is the name of the company. I'm Shelley Kraft on SNNLive. We're at the 5th Annual LD Micro Conference right here in Bel Air, California. Thanks, Ross, for coming on today.
Thank you very much, Shelley.
My pleasure.